But everybody will get discount access to all the clothing, like very discounted access. So don't worry, almost free. Because I really want you guys to have, these pieces. They're very fun. They're very, the whole purpose of it was to promote this mindfulness and this G-Pack reminder. Because even myself, sometimes, I'll grab a pen and I'll write it on my arm, like G-Pack, or just keywords when I meditate that are talk about like, unconditional love or mindfulness or stay in your body or mind your emotions, throughout my day. So that way I'll check in and make sure that I'm always on top of those things, just aware, just tools of awareness that I think are very important. And then everybody else will also get a gift that I will mail to you guys. So if you guys have a chance to email me privately your email, please, to my email info@bayareameditation.com. I'd like your address, and I'd be very happy to send you guys a little gift package that I put together specifically for everyone that has joined. And all of you have been with me this entire time. So I'm very excited to end our last day with the final work that we want to do in meditation and self healing. And what I want to talk about regarding self healing is that all this work, it's for you. It's for you. Nobody can do this work for you. And I just want to, one of the things that I'm really, really huge about is respecting free will. Everyone has the ability to apply their free will when it comes to healing their body, when it comes to making choices in life, moving around, doing things. So it's very important that you're aware that any soul that is not in alignment with the meditations or isn't ready to do the work, that's okay. That's okay, because they chose certain specific experiences in their life in order to learn, to evolve. So you have to allow for each person to move at their own pace. So all these lessons that you're learning and these tools are for your personal evolution, for your healing. And as you know, we can never support others and be of service to others before we work with ourselves and before we ourselves come into that place of unconditional love and abundance. Because otherwise, oftentimes we can cause an incomplete information or incomplete transference of support. Okay, so it's very important to be mindful of those laws of creation, which are natural. And when we're healing the body, having and maintaining that balance in the ecosystem of the body, it begins with the emotions. So over the next couple months, I plead you, I ask you to connect with your emotions and just notice them like waves that rise and fall, and choose. You guys get to be in charge. This is the amazing thing about doing this work, about being mindful and aware of yourself, is that you get to be in charge about whether you want to participate in chaos and destructive behavior, or you can come into a state of co-creation. And don't forget that this system, this world around us is designed, architecturally created from the inside out. It knows the way that you function, oftentimes better than we do, now that we're finding out so much about this multidimensional body and how we store information, how we process emotions. We know that all our lives, there have been aspects of us that have been manipulated emotionally. And we feel those triggers at all times. When we are kept in the lower first three chakras throughout our life, we are easily moved. When we're in a state of fear, when we're in a state of chaos, a place of feeling unworthy, a place of feeling helpless, it's easy to manipulate and to move and to distract, bring somebody into a state of monotonous, cyclical patterns of behavior. And we definitely are not this artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is what we are trying to be trained to become through, technology. They're trying to keep your attention glued to these screens so that we completely disconnect from the physical body. And so, of course, the body is neglected. We don't know our emotions. We don't know how to heal. All of these ancient tools that have been available to us for centuries just by taking a moment, meditating, closing the eyes, and looking within at the infinite universe that is available to you inside. And not just that, but you reconnect to a network of information that is available to you. And one thing that's being activated now over the next couple years is telepathic communication. Okay, more and more, I'm noticing a much deeper connection with the people around me, the people that are closest to me, and even people that I'm just meeting. That there's events that happen that are completely in resonance. Let me tell you a really quick example of something interesting that happened yesterday. I was going for a walk after a very long day, and just randomly happened to look up at the sky. Okay, and three lights, three yellow lights, moving around, zigzagging. I mean, it was just mind blowing, mind blowing. And then one of them went up. It stood for a moment, it stopped, and then it went up. I don't know if you guys believe in UFOs or in that stuff, but I believe that these are extensions and reflections of our consciousness that manifest themselves in our environment in order to communicate with us. And we are projecting into our environment confirmations at all times. We can see them through lights, we can see them through UFOs, we can see them through, numbers. How many of you have been having repetitive numbers recently? Oh, yes. Yeah, a lot of you. Absolutely. And so we absolutely have been bringing in these repetitive numbers, have been active for the past 2 months, big time. I mean, every single moment of the day, repetitive numbers in every which way. And so, you know, um, when you come into the 0 point, you enter a different language. It's the language of the universe. It's the language of co-creation. You begin, because you're in a state of observation, you realize the beauty and the respect that is available between yourself and all living organisms around you. Everything. This table, this phone, all these things that are here on my desk are a part of me and a reflection of me and an extension. And so they are constantly communicating with you. So when you enter a state of observation, you begin to pick up the subtle information that is provided to you. For example, a plant or a rock or whatever it is, they will communicate with you. And when something is off or different or out of space, how are we going to know that? Because we're aware of our environment. We carry ourselves throughout the day without any level of awareness, and so everything is just like cyclical patterns, just looking through these tunnel visions through what happens, and we miss the incredible communications that are available to us in our environment. So it's very important, and this is also an important aspect of healing, because the body communicates with us in more than one way. Because everything is an extension, we have the ability of tapping into this wisdom. You will sometimes, I walk and I find herbs that are in alignment with my healing. Sometimes, plants, sometimes insects fly around. Birds, for me, my spirit bird is a hawk. I'd love to hear what your spirit animals are. But, and they've been so instrumental in understanding my spiritual journey because they appeared at certain times, never before appeared, and then they come and they confirm for you the path that you're on. So awareness of yourself and your environment is paramount to your evolution and to your healing. And always know that everything in your environment is communicating with you. Okay? Now we're not going to go crazy and be like, hello, phone or thing, what are you saying? We're not. I want you to be very in touch, and tap into your intuition with the things that are around you. And another part of it, which is what I want to focus on today, is how our environment affects our healing. Okay, because everything is conscious around us, and because everything is an extension of ourselves, it has a vibrational frequency to it. Okay, everything holds information. So, for example, if you have a lot of clutter in your environment, in your home, in your space, it's holding on to that vibrational frequency. Things that hold on to memories, this everything that has touched this pen, it creates its vibrational match. Just like you, everything that you have experienced emanates in the vibrational signature. Okay? So all the things that we have in our environment are holding on to that information. And a lot of times, what I see with clients is that they are doing all the work. They have the diet, they have the walk, they have the talk, all this stuff, but they can't move forward. Why? Because their environment. You go and you go to their space and you notice it's completely cluttered with things all around. And it's like the poor soul is struggling in this stagnation of energy and life force. I'm an interior designer by trade, and one of the things that I learned was Feng Shui. Okay, Feng Shui is the movement and the strategic placement, the conscious placement of things in your environment in order to create a flourishing and inviting and healthy, vibrant, balanced environment in your home. And it's incredibly important to healing. I had a client that was so sick, and she kept trying. She wanted to sell her home, but she wasn't able to sell the home, and she kept coming to the meditations. She used to do the work every day, and every day she used to tell me, oh, okay, I got through this thing, I got through that thing, great, great, great. But then she couldn't sell her house, and she was so sick for months. And I said, okay, so let's do a house visit. So I went to her house, and look, she had this ancient furniture that her great grandmother had passed down. I mean, exquisite furniture, right? Beautiful. And I said, and the moment that you feel the furniture, it's so heavy. It's so heavy. I mean, around that furniture, because I can imprint information, and so can you when you tap into your intuition, there was fights, arguments around this furniture, even death around this furniture. I mean, it was moving around the family for a very long time, for years, and it ended up in her home. And I said, listen, this furniture is tremendously heavy. If you remove this, I guarantee things will clear up for you. So next thing you know, she moves that. The house sold in 1 month, and she recovered her health. She was able to move to another place and start her own business in some little town. I mean, it was unbelievable. Okay, but this is the result of maintaining a healthy environment in your space, as minimal, as clutterless as possible, thoughtful. You're in connection with this one stone, you're in connection with this one rock. Even when you're shopping for crystals, we are going to do a crystal workshop. So when we're shopping for crystals, you're asking for this crystal to communicate with you. It has to be in resonance with you, otherwise it doesn't work. Sometimes crystals can break, sometimes they can shatter around you because you're not a vibrational match. And so we have to have this awareness. It's another level of awareness with all things around us that includes the awareness of the body. Okay, so that's your environment. Now, when it's stagnant energy and there isn't any movement, when there's a lot of clutter in the house, the chi in your house, which is where you should be regenerating at all times and healing, if it doesn't contribute to your healing, it doesn't matter if you change your diet, if you become a Buddhist monk, it will not function in that way because we are in resonance with our environment. So please do notice that and see if there's maybe some little subtle changes that you can do to create a more expansive opening in your space that is in alignment with you. And get rid of everything that's old that you don't use. If you haven't used it more than a year, 2 years, I'll give you, get rid of it. Get its information, its energy, old clothing, jewelry. Okay. All right. So now let's talk about. In this meditation, I'm going to be showing you how to clear your home of energy, toxic energy, okay, to promote healing and movement. I will in the future be doing a class on Feng Shui, on energy in the home. I will, because I think it's very important and it's a very beautiful way to apply an understanding of energy and healing. Now, let's talk about the food that we're eating. Now, I am not one to promote specific diets because, as I've learned through my own journey, every single person has their own specific vibrational frequency that they need certain things in order to sustain balance in their body. But the only thing that I would say is water, drinking a lot of water and a lot of vegetables is always going to be wonderful for you. It's going to be wonderful for your digestive system. It's going to be wonderful for maintaining fluid digestion and clear life force energy through the body. It's vital. It's like a like a video game. The Mario Bros. Who eats the mushroom and he expands. Okay, so we want to get foods that are very expansive for the body. They're very energetically expansive and clearing. Um, so let's talk about the water that we're drinking, the most purified water possible. Please try not to drink sink water if possible. Um, I know that there are a lot of problems with pollution and plastic. So if you don't want to buy bottled water, I completely understand. But if you get a filter or something to filter your water and drink purified water, that's the best. Okay, the best water that you can get, so that it helps clean the body. Okay, and the next part of it is energetic hygiene with the physical body. And this is an awareness that every moment that you get alone with your body, for example, in the shower, I strongly invite you to do energy work with your body. And this is part of a self-love routine that I've created, which really helps you connect, because the journey of loving ourselves can be very hard when we're not aware what love is, when we're not familiar what it feels like to be loved unconditionally. And so we have to baby steps walk ourselves through those processes, and um, it's like we go through these resistances that we feel in the body to feel love with our own self. Okay, one of those ways to help the body get past any kind of feelings of unworthiness or rejection of parts of ourselves that we feel are impure, that's, first of all, our darkness is the meat and potatoes of why you're here on this planet. So any kind of feelings that we need to get away from the darkness or not be in the darkness is wrong. We have to look at things as balance, right? We need that darkness in order to see the light. And you know that here, all the work that you've been doing, that we focus on looking at that information, and incredible openings occur when we do that. So it's a gift to have those experiences. Okay. And so in the shower, when you're taking a shower, I want you to visualize the water. Water is an incredible conduit of energy. Okay. And so when we're utilizing water in the shower, I want you to embody a state of love, 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 love. Think of how you feel when you're holding a little pet of yours that you love so much, or something that you really love, or your son or your husband. You have this love. So I want you to feel that love for yourself. Feel deep, deep, deep from the center of your heart. And you're going to expand your heart chakra. Okay, because it's creating, the heart has one of the largest toroidal fields. You're going to expand that all around you. And as you wash your body, and I want you to do it as mindful as possible, okay? You're going to connect with the parts of your body, feeling them, listening to what they have to say. The body holds massive amounts of information. So every part of the body that we touch has memory of information that it has for you. And every day it's a journey. Every day when I take a shower, I speak to the body and I say, what's going on? What's happening? Where are you storing stuff? Where are you stagnant in areas? And my body speaks to me. Okay, so I really invite you to look at it. And it talks to me about my emotions. It talks to me about things that I haven't processed, fears that I have, anxieties. And usually then I will come into my meditation and I have a lot of stuff to work on, right? Because now I've connected with this human organism, with this physical body, and I'm informed as to where I need to direct my attention and my work. So it's a very beautiful way, an easy way, practical, because we all take showers, maybe, to connect with the body, okay? And even if you don't take a shower in a day, let's say you miss a couple days, you connect with your body just by touching, okay? Touch the body, touch the chest, touch the abdomen. Breathe deeply. Exhale, bringing the body into a state of balance and just noticing what comes up. So we have to use all our senses to help us break this spell of being unconscious. We are hypnotized in a state of disconnect with this body, and we have to break that to connect, to enter this physical body, because only when you're in the body are you a magnificent creator. Are you this powerful life force? So everything that we do in our lives, our choices that we make, where we put our money, who we connect with, what we do is all matter of constructive life force energy. And there's responsibility behind that because we live in a plane of cause and effect. So when we do something that's out of alignment in any way, because we did it out of fear, or we did it to be safe, or we did it to, hold on to certain things, that's going to end up in the same energy that we put out. So just remember that this mindfulness game, it's almost like a game, it really will show up and manifest in your life in that result. And the same goes for the healing of your body. So if you care for your body and you stop feeling rejection for any parts of yourself, that's when you're going to see the real results. So what I'd love to do is I'd love to ask anybody does anyone struggle at all with connection with the body? If I may ask the room. Yeah, you want to raise your hands? Yeah. Okay. So anytime that we have a problem with connection with the body, we want to work with the emotional blockages and the concepts of shame that we have with the connection of the body. Okay, so that's where we want to put our attention on that focus. And so again, noticing where in the body we're trapping that information and gently working and releasing it. Okay, excellent. So let's go ahead. Yeah, lots of people have this blockage. Okay, very good. Thank you so much, guys. All right, let's see questions. Very good. Oh, let's see. So it says, can we also clear the energy in our home and furniture? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Absolutely. And the concept of things becoming haunted is a very real thing. Okay, so sometimes entities, attachments will attach to material things. Do keep that in mind. When you're clearing a lot of things and you're not clearing your space, it's attaching to your environment because we're not talking about imaginary things. We're talking about energy. And energy is life force, right? So it'll attach to an object. And we know this because you can feel it. If you go to a garage sale and you pick up a used item and you feel it, sometimes you feel a very heavy energy on those things. You know that it's been through houses, it's been through things and experiences, and you can pick up on that energy very clearly. So it's very important to be mindful of what we're bringing into our energetic space. Okay? And you can clear things, number one, with energy work. Number two, I use sage. Sage is a sacred, powerful plant that when I utilize the sage, I ask the plant for permission to be able to utilize it. And then I light it and I use it in my space to clear any kind of toxic. After every single session, I do a ritual in my own working space to clear my space where I work. With sage, I clear my room energetically, creating a vortex of energy to remove anything that's stuck behind, because it can very easily go to your environment. Okay, I've even had offices where before when I first started doing all of this, people kept coming meditating, and my neighbor kept having this emotional breakdowns, right? And the question was, okay, why do you keep having this? It's like, I don't know, I just feel so frustrated when I come into the office. Okay, why? Because every time these people came into the office, they were releasing every number of energies and things and blockages, and nobody was clearing the space, so it was lingering there. And so whenever you enter the space, it felt uncomfortable. So it's very important to do that. Very good. Let's go up here to more questions. Hold on. I need to read them. I love the clothes you use. Oh, thank you so much, Teresa. Dawn, yes, the meditations are great, but the fact she has so many different outfits is outerworldly. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I don't know. I just use whatever I have available. Honestly, I don't even take a moment to think. All right, Geraldine, I love you so much. Thank you for these 30 days. I signed up for the next 30 days. I have to be somewhere that needs me. Okay, Alexander, see you soon. Teresa, 22 to 44. What is that, Teresa? Do the numbers mean anything that we have to look at? Yes, the numbers absolutely have meaning. And one thing that's coming up soon is going to be a workshop with Michael Bispiglia, which is my numerologist, and he does some incredible numerology. He will be showing us what numbers mean, the significance of numbers, and this is looking through the alchemy of numbers. So it's one of the purest forms. And every number has a meaning. I'm going to put a chart of one that I found was very interesting in the group that you can check out. Um, Thank you, Alexandra, for being here. 555 is the number. This has been a wonderful experience and hope to stay connected with everyone. I hope so too, everyone. I had an owl that used to sing my window. There you go, Vanessa. Can we also clear energy in our home and furniture? Rita, wonderful. Imagining to pay attention to what I'm allowing. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Rita. Thank you for being here. Tiva says, thank you. Was there at 9, but I didn't open my laptop. I was wondering if the effect of the land we live on and our souls. I live on a land and I'm not native of it, but my soul feels lost for my homeland. It's been years and still it's very hard to ground energetically. Absolutely. This place that we live in affects the land that we're living in, affects the energy in our home tremendously. And Tiba, we didn't have one at 9 p.m., but I think you're talking about your time. So I'm not sure. Okay, so let's talk about this because when we're doing energy work, when we do DNA reprogramming, keep in mind we look at our ancestors. Okay, we go to our emotion, we go to the root of that emotion, and it connects with our parents or guardians or whoever we're interacting with at that time. Now, the root that's connected to you, that energy cord, is connected to your body, which has a reference point on the planet, okay, on this grid, this earth grid. And that cord is encoded with information of the ancestral lineage that you are a part of. So just the way we have DNA running through our veins and all this information, this network of information, the earth also has a kind of overlay of DNA information, and it's what we know as the Akashic Records, okay? And the Akashic Records have different layers of, there's 3 planes of layers of information of the Akashic Records. One of those is what is on the earth, what is recorded on the earth, and those cords are connected to our body that go back to an origin point of where you experience this thing. Because even the land is encoded with information, with history, emotional history that becomes cyclical. So, for example, there have been clients that I go do healings in their house, and even though they try to do all the healing possible, there's still entities, attachments in the space. Why? Because the land, we found out, well, many different scenarios. One time it was a cemetery. One time it was an ancient American Indian burial. Okay, and so all of that will affect the energy in your environment. So it's very important to move through that energy, okay, to clear that out. So great question. We'll do a workshop on that at some point. Okay, great. So let's get into Chelsea. I got your question. Let's get into the work, okay? And we're going to answer the questions in just a moment. All right, my loves, we're going to begin by closing our eyes. We're going to ground ourselves down to the center of the earth. Okay, go ahead and send that grounding cord all the way down to the core of the planet. Make sure your grounding cord is wide. Very good. You're going to go up to your body now, protecting your body, visualizing the protective field around your body, becoming aware of your energetic body. Go ahead and visualize the sphere above you, below you, in front, behind, to all sides. Okay, we're going to go, and we're now going to take our attention before we close our chakras and before we go deeper. We're going to take our attention out to our environment. So I want you to tap into your energetic space, everything that surrounds you in your room. Okay. I want you to begin to tap into the energy that is in your home, in your space. And I want you to read your space. As you activate your intuition, we're going to come into a state of neutrality completely. So we won't allow any kind of emotions to interfere with our reading of our energetic space. And see if you can pick something up there. What do you see? What do you feel? What are you sensing? What kind of emotions are mostly felt in this room, in this space? Take a look at that. Okay. And just noticing what can we change in this space? Let it speak to you. What does it need to come into balance? Okay. So we're going to begin now with this information. We're going to refocus our attention back on the body. I want you to go back to the root chakra. You're going to close that chakra all the way down to the size of a dime. Disconnecting any imbalance in the root chakra. Heightening our psychic abilities. Going up to the second chakra. Closing that chakra all the way down to the size of a dime. Disconnecting any imbalances of the sacral chakra. Going up to the solar plexus, you're going to close that chakra all the way down to the size of a dime. Disconnecting any imbalance in the solar plexus. Breathing deeply. Breathing, inhaling and exhaling. Okay. We're going to go up to the heart. You're going to open that chakra as wide as possible, opening the center for unconditional love, connection. I'm going to go up to the third eye. The throat. You can open that throat chakra as wide as possible, opening the center of communication. Going to go up to the third eye, expanding that third eye chakra, activating our intuition. Go ahead and visualize opening that space. Okay. Going to go up to your crown. We're going to take our crown color and we're going to fill it into the crown, into the area. As you know, it's like a pie chart. So we're going to fill in the area of emotions. The next is relationships. Fill that in. Next is abundance. The next is environment. We always have an environment because everything in our environment matters. Setting the intention that we are fully in alignment with everything that occurs in this environment. Okay, and finally the spirit, the soul. What are you here to do? What is your purpose? Fill that in. Excellent. You're going to inhale deeply and exhale. Your crown is shining brilliantly with your creative color. You are grounded down to the center of the earth. And we're going to focus now that we are in a reading state. We're going to begin to clear our space. So what I'd like for you to do is I'd like for you to select a color. You're going to see a blank white screen in front of you. And I want you to see a color that's the most healing and nurturing for your environment, for your body at this current state. And your color can change every time you do this practice. But go ahead and see today, what color is that coming up for you? Take a look at that. Don't forget that every color has a meaning. You're going to go ahead and visualize from the center of the earth. You're going to pull up this powerful color up into your body. Create a vortex in the center core of your body. Very good. From the universe, from source, pull down a powerful wave of golden light that comes down through the crown, combining with this earth energy. This healing energy that we bring up from the earth. One of its many spectrums of healing that is available to us at any time. And the earth provides these different frequencies of healing through color. So as you mix those two, making that vortex as big as possible around you, we're going to begin to ground that energy. Go ahead and send it back down to the center of the earth. %80 goes up the crown. From the crown of the head, it's going to fill the environment. Okay? So here, I want you to start filling your room with this color. And if you are alone in your home and there is no one else in the home that you will impose upon the free will, you can fill the entire house with this color. It's important that you don't do it when there are other people in the home, because otherwise it can shift them out of balance. Take a look at that. Okay, clear the space all around you. All right, so now that you have entered it all around your home, in your space, you are beginning to own your space. Your home is an extension of you. So what you're going to do is you're going to ground this home. Go ahead and go to the four corners of the space that you're in, your room or your home if you're alone, and ground it. Just the way you have a grounding cord to your body, you're going to ground the entire house. So go ahead and visualize that. Grounding the house. And this technique is incredibly powerful, especially when there's a lot of chaos or heavy emotions being shed in an environment, in a home. When you ground it, everything comes into the present moment. This is what you do when you ground your body and your environment. Now, you can't ground anyone else because you would be imposing on their free will. So always know these techniques are only for personal use. Okay, visualize grounding that house. Notice how things shift, the energy shifts. Sometimes the pressure shifts in the house. You'll hear little cracks, little movements, and that's okay. Okay, go ahead and see that. Breathe deeply. And what I want you to do is I want you to create a vortex. You're going to create a vortex with the color that you chose. I want you to build your vortex in the center of your home, underneath the earth, underneath the house. Create a vortex. A very powerful vortex of energy. Okay? And this vortex connects to the earth. And the earth functions like a recycling mechanism that transforms any kind of heavy, stagnant energy, any death into life. So what we'll do is we will utilize our ability to tap into the extension of our energy, and we're going to remove any kind of entities, attachments, stagnant energy in our home. We're going to gently allow it to go into that vortex where it can now attach to this host of infinite life force energy outside of our environments. Okay, and so we do so with love, but not attachment. We do so with compassion. Okay, so you're going to begin. I want you to start in the room that you're in. Go ahead and notice where you feel or sense heaviness in your room. It could look cloudier. And this is with your eyes closed, of course. You can sense the room. You can look like you have clouds in that space, or it can look fuzzy, or it can feel warmer in a certain direction. Okay, use your senses, or you might hear things in that space. So go ahead and focus the parts in your environment that are holding on to stagnant information. And you're going to gently visualize a white light illuminating the space. Go ahead and focus on your crown chakra. You're going to shine your crown chakra on top of these heavy spaces, and you're going to let them leave the space. Leave the space. Clear your space. Okay. And I want you to notice if anything is connected to your body. As you're clearing your space, you may come across an attachment that's actually feeding off your space, your body. Okay, so go ahead and tap in and scan your body and see if there's anything that's attached to the things you're removing from your environment. And you're going to eliminate them. Remove them out of your body. You guys are doing amazing. Okay. Go ahead and extend your attention out to the rest of your home. You guys are becoming masters of your intuition. I am so proud of each and every one of you. Look how far you've become to activate your intuition. So search in your home. Where are you holding stagnant information? It can be a color, it can be heaviness, it's just a sense. Trust everything that you see, that you even subtly feel. As you gently remove the things from your space, I want you to fill and replace that energy of that room that you cleared with this very healing color that you chose at the beginning of this practice today. You're going to replace that energy. So fill each room with this very nurturing, healing, neutral energy now. And it will raise the frequency in your space. If you don't know what color to use, you can use gold. Gold is one of the highest neutral points. And it always maintains balance and harmony in any space that we're in. There's a lot of responsibility that goes into the work of energy because we become alchemists and masters of our work. So being compassionate and conscious of what we do at all times is important. Very good. I want you to go back to your belly, go back to the core now. If you feel you're completely done, I'll give you one more minute to do this, okay? I want you to go back now, taking your attention to your solar plexus. And you're going to take that final 10% of that energy and you're going to now put it inside of your energetic field in your body. Now that you have cleared your environment, we're going to clear our space. I want you to absorb it into the body, healing this body, bringing this body into balance. And we're going to scan our bodies now, our actual temples. Go ahead and notice any kind of stagnation in the body. Any emotions from the day, fears, anxieties, doubts. We're going to eliminate them out of the body. Send it down your grounding cord into the center of the earth. As you bring your body into a state of neutrality, if you're experiencing any pain in your body, remove it out. Replace it with white light. Breathing deeply into those spaces, breathing healing into the body. This body listens to us. It responds to us. We are never helpless or victims of this little body that is a reflection of all our internal thoughts, feelings, emotions, intentions. So we are 100% in charge. If we feel that we are not in charge of the body, then maybe someone else is in charge. So we need to become aware of that and take over full awareness of this system. Incredible technology. Okay. So we're going to now visualize a room in front of you filled with your karmic contracts. And we're going to destroy those contracts. Go ahead and shine your crown light. Eliminate those contracts. All of the karmic contracts we're no longer in alignment with. Go ahead and eliminate them out of your space. Out of that room until it's exactly how you need it to be. Checking in with ourselves. Being honest with ourselves, what we're ready to let go. And you're going to fill that room up with your crown chakra now, shifting the experiential contracts that we have with all the events that we have in our lives. Breathing deeply. Okay, go ahead and leave that room now. You're going to go down the hallway to the next room. Go ahead and open that room. And you're going to see a room full of shadows. These shadows represent people that perhaps don't have our best interest. Contracts, toxic relationships, parasitic consciousness that we attach to. Visualize gently shining your light and seeing them dissolve into white light. Just choosing where we put our attention, time, energy. And you're going to cut cords on their end, cut cords on your end, pull it out of the body. Inhale deeply, taking back your life force. Releasing, letting go. What no longer serves you. Very good. Breathing deeply. All right. So we're going to take our attention back to the body and we're going to do a full chakra cleanse. You're going to start working on the root chakra. Open that chakra back into a balanced state. Spinning it as fast as possible, front and back. Eliminate any blockages in that root chakra. See how your technique has changed from the beginning of this practice until now. See if you can see more, sense more in your space. Notice what has changed. Look at the state of the chakra, the color, the light, the expansion, the balance, making sure that it's fully expanded, both front and back. You're feminine and masculine. The front of the body is the feminine, the back is the masculine. The right is the masculine, the left is the feminine. So notice where there are imbalances there. You can learn so much and correct them. Breathing deeply. You're going to pull up a yellow gold light up into that root chakra, illuminating it, and you're going to send it up into the sacral. Breathe into the sacral. Open that chakra up into a balanced state, activating the sacral chakra. Breathing, pulling up that life force energy up the spine. Going up into the solar plexus, pulling up that gold energy up into the solar plexus. Opening, activating that yellow chakra, the center of empowerment. Okay, you're removing any blockages in that solar plexus, activating that yellow light up the spine. You're going to feel a rush of energy to the body. You're going to go up to the heart chakra, my loves. Pull up that golden light up into the heart. Activate the heart as you expand it, clearing out any blockages from that heart chakra, making sure it's fully in balance front and back of the body. Going up to the throat chakra, open that golden light. into the throat, purifying, clearing any blockages in the throat chakra. Notice in the back if you're still holding on to any stagnation. Notice what has changed in the body. Purifying, clearing, releasing. Activating the spinal cord. Going up into the third eye. Activate that third eye. Fill it in with that gold color. Removing any blockages. Making sure you're grounded if you're feeling too lightheaded. You're going to go up to your crown. You're going to take your crown light and you're going to send it up to the 8th. Illuminate that 8th chakra. Activating our creation, creative abilities. Going up to the 9th, activating. Go ahead and clear any blockages there in the 9th chakra. The 10th chakra. All you star seeds, all of you hybrids, light workers, light warriors that are here on this planet are here at this very special time to create change. So I invite you to embody your higher self so that you can carry out that work. Going up to your 11th, activate. Activate your higher self. Fearlessly embody this higher self. Going up to the 12th. With so much love. Love is the most healing, most powerful creative life force in the universe. Into the 13th. Okay, and above you is a powerful white light of source. Connect up into that white light. And bring that white light down over the body, sealing the healing that you've done today. Absorbing that unconditional love. I want you to sit for a moment in a state of absolute love for yourself, gratitude, acceptance, acknowledgement, fearlessly seeing truth. Anytime that truth arises, whether it's inconvenient, uncomfortable, difficult, scary, we are fearless of that truth, because only then can we feel and embody liberation. I want you to gently bring yourself back into the room. You're going to open your eyes. And I want you to see your body with your eyes wide open. I want you to embody that love. You're going to ground yourself down to the center of the earth, solid grounding. Your chakras are in perfect alignment. You're in control and aware of your emotions. And your crown is creating with your intention. Very clear intention of what you're here to do and why. Wonderful. You guys did amazing. Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. And I want to thank everybody that's here, that registered online to this 30 days, and to everyone on YouTube that has been following. Love you guys so much. I see all of your messages. Thank you so much for connecting and doing the work that you guys are doing. You guys are an extension. We are all one. There's no separation, and I am very grateful for being able to work with you. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. And later on today, I will be picking and selecting the 5 winners of our G-Pack clothing line, which is for men and women, t-shirts, sweaters, leggings, really fun, designed clothes that will help embody the G-Pack. And when you wear something that says a G-Pack, somebody asks, what's G-Pack? You say it's grounding, protecting, aligning, creating, and help them also try to learn to come embody that